From tears to trophies. The untold rise of Cristiano Ronaldo. They laughed at him. They called him too skinny, too emotional, and said he'd never make it. But what they didn't know was that this boy crying on a football field in Madeira, Portugal would one day become a global icon. A symbol of unbreakable willpower. A man who turned pain into power. Cristiano Ronaldo. The name that today echoes in every stadium. The man who defied gravity, limits, and even fate itself. But behind the trophies, behind the fame, lies a story most people never hear. A story filled with tears, sacrifice, and rejection. Because before he became CR7, he was just a poor kid with one dream: to make his mother proud. But here's what will shock you. 1. The real reason Ronaldo almost quit football forever. 2. The secret ritual that changed his mindset completely. 3. And the moment that made him vow to never cry again. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's all true. Let me show you exactly how this happened, how a boy who cried after losing became the man who made the world cry with pride. Our story begins on a small island called Madeira, Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, born in 1985, was the youngest of 4 children. His father worked as a gardener, and his mother was a cook. Life was tough, very tough. They lived in a small tin-roofed house where rain would leak through the ceiling. But Ronaldo didn't care. All he needed was a football. From morning to night, he played barefoot on the streets. He didn't have expensive shoes or even a proper ball. Sometimes it was a crushed can or a sock filled with paper. And yet, his energy was electric. He had one rule: never stop running. But the truth is, his journey was not a fairy tale. At just 12 years old, Cristiano left his family to join Sporting Lisbon's academy. He cried every night, alone, homesick. Imagine that, a small boy, hundreds of miles away from home, training with players older, bigger, stronger than him. He wanted to quit, many times. But every time he thought about giving up, he remembered his mother cleaning and working just to buy him food. That memory became his fire. Here's a surprise. At 15, doctors found a heart condition that could have ended his career before it began. He went through surgery, a kid on an operating table. That's the kind of spirit he had. That's when coaches began to say, "This boy, he's different." From that day, Ronaldo promised himself, "I'll cry only for victory, never for defeat." He transformed pain into hunger. He started training long after others had gone home. He lifted weights, did extra sprints, watched his matches again and again. He became obsessed. And the results? By 2008, Ronaldo had scored 42 goals, won the Champions League, and received his first Ballon d'Or at just 23 years old. But if you think that's the full story, wait till you hear this next part. Because success wasn't enough for Ronaldo. He wanted immortality.
Ronaldo's real superpower isn't speed, strength, or skill. It's his mind. His brain reacts faster than most players' bodies. Studies from sports scientists showed his reaction time is milliseconds faster than average. He reads the game like a chess master reads moves. But how did he develop this? Through mental training. He visualizes goals before matches. He imagines success so clearly that when it happens, it feels like déjà vu. And here's something crazy Ronaldo once said: "When I step onto the pitch, I already know I'll score." That's not arrogance, that's belief. He built an unbreakable identity. I am the best. And even when the world doubted him, he never stopped believing. That's why, even at 38, he's still breaking records, leading teams, and proving everyone wrong. His legacy isn't just about goals, it's about mental domination. So what does all this mean for us today? The story of Cristiano Ronaldo isn't just about football, it's about life. Because every one of us faces pain, rejection, or failure. The difference is how we respond. When life hits hard, most people quit. But Ronaldo, he used pain as motivation. He turned every insult into energy, every tear into training. And here's the truth: you don't have to be born rich, talented, or lucky. You just have to decide that nothing will break you. That's why Ronaldo inspires millions, not just because he scores goals, but because he shows what happens when you refuse to stop. His journey teaches 3 big lessons. 1. Discipline beats talent. Talent might get you noticed. Discipline makes you unstoppable. 2. Pain can be power. The same moments that make you cry can one day make you a legend. 3. Mindset is everything. Once you believe you're capable, the world starts to believe it too. So next time you face a challenge, remember the boy who cried alone in Madeira and became the man who conquered the world. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know, that there's one story Ronaldo rarely talks about. During the 2016 Euro Cup final, he got injured early in the match. He was crying again, history repeating itself. But this time, something different happened. He shouted, guided, and motivated his team. And when Portugal lifted that trophy, Ronaldo cried again. But this time, not from pain, from pride. From tears to trophies. That's Cristiano Ronaldo's story. And maybe your story too. If you refuse to give up. Because greatness doesn't start with victory. It starts with the decision to keep going, even when nobody believes in you. So next time you see him celebrate, remember the boy who once cried for losing a game and turned that moment into a reason to win them all. If this story inspired you, drop A in the comments for Ronaldo and share this with someone who needs motivation today. Because you never know, your story could be the next from tears to trophies. Subscribe for more real-life stories that move your heart and mind.